Good morning. Welcome to another segment of God's Creations with Ray. Sharing some flowers here in my garden in South Georgia. You're looking at the blooms of a desert bird of paradise, a tropical from Mexico and islands. I have two varieties of this, or at least I had two varieties. One of them succumbed to the cold this past winter. But it was one called the Pride of Barbados, and instead of being yellow like this, it was more in the red, pink, orange bloom color, but it looked like this. The leaves were different, but same family of flowers. I think the poinsett, not poinsettia like Christmas flowers, but poinsett family. And this blooms once a year in the spring, and has a beautiful, I think the foliage is gorgeous because it's really airy. You get a little bit closer shot of the foliage. This produces the little bean pods like that. Sort of looks like if you're familiar with a garden pea or English pea. And I started this from seed. I bought seeds about 8 or 9 years ago. And this is a slow grower in a way. It took about 5 years for it to get large enough for it to bloom. But it's beautiful when it's blooming here in the springtime. Something else I have growing at the base of this flower, and it too, I think, is another tropical from where I am not sure of, but can you see that? It's called a red firecracker or coral fountain. And now last winter, it bloomed all through the winter. That was not the case this year for me. It almost died back. But here it is, May, and it's in full bloom. And if you can look, the little flowers are little tubes. This is early in the morning, and honeybees are active in some of the flowers I've noticed, but there are none here on these two flowers. Red firecracker, coral fountain. Another one right here beside it that I think is really unique, and this is a large family of plants as well, and this is a cassia. Now this is not the correct name, but I call this my summer cassia. Cassia is a large family of tropicals. They're found in almost all parts of the world. They're used in all sorts of different things, from medicines to cosmetics to, I think they're even used in some foodstuffs. But this particular cassia, it blooms all summer. Once it starts, and here it is early May, once it starts blooming, it will rebloom 2 or 3 times for me. It will get anywhere from the 5, 6, 7 foot if it's got water and it's fertilized. It will become very bushy, and I'm going to back out a little for you to see the extent of this one, because it's about 4 to 5 foot across, and this one is it's over 5 foot at its highest point at this right now, and it's not quite full in bloom, but you can see the flowers. Now the flowers on this one look just like the flowers on the one in the fall that blooms in October. I have one of those. The flowers are identical, the same. They may be a little bit larger, but the same cassia type bloom, and the leaves are the same. You can't tell hardly any difference between the leaves, the foliage of this. And I really like this. The seed pods are very fertile. I have probably 50 or 60 in the garden that I've planted, and I will either give or sell them this year. And this is the summer cassia. As always, I'm reminded of plants and our relationship to God. How can we see such variety in one family of plants and not come to a belief that there is a creator, a designer, one who has made all this, that these things did not just happen, and that nature is not an entity in itself, that it has created these things, but there is a creator, a living, loving, gracious God who's provided us these things for our enjoyment, for our benefit, for our food, for our medicine, and all these things he's given us in the plant kingdom. If you're not a plant person, and I'm sure you are if you're viewing these videos, then get out and plant something. Enjoy the outdoors. Enjoy working with God's creations. You don't have to get very large as I have done to enjoy plants, but enjoy something, whether it's in pots or whether it's out in the ground. Enjoy the things that God has made for us. God bless and have a great day.